Hi, Lean class. This is Dr. Seibert checking in with you this week on, looks like it's week 4 of 8. So we're just popping right along. We're at the halfway point. So I just wanted to, number one, I told you how much I've enjoyed your papers. Keep up the good work. Communication, writing skills are so important in business in this day and age. So I applaud you for those great skills. And then for this week, then we're talking about some new terms in Lean. And what I like about Lean is it's started so simply in manufacturing down the line that people really didn't know what it was, but they knew they were doing something good because they were keeping the prices, getting the prices lower and lower and having more efficiency. And so now we have Lean like in airplanes and things like that. And it's just down to the minute detail. And talking about down to the detail is just-in-time inventory, which was just amazing when that came into play with manufacturing. So, it used to be people kept lots of inventory and had store or warehouses full of inventory, so they had this inventory. What happens when you keep warehouses, of course, is then you end up paying taxes on it, property taxes, because, really it is yours. And, you have a building that you're paying for. So there's a lot of money tied up with that kind of an inventory. So the just-in-time inventory was perfected to where whatever you're working on that day is the only supplies you'll get to work on. And, it sounds kind of easy, like, okay, yeah, whatever. Well, something happens and you don't get that done today. Okay, now you're going to have tomorrow's stuff coming. And so it could be, there's a lot of intricacy balancing that, getting the supplies and everything at the right time, at the right place. How many times does something go to the wrong place? So, anything can happen. I one time read an article, I want to say it was about a year ago, probably before the pandemic, that the Boeing, well, it's Spirit here, had lost track of one of their fuselages. It was just out in the yard, out in their area, but they just didn't have it on where it should have been. It didn't track it properly. So just think if Spirit can lose a whole fuselage that's already made, think how much can go into getting the right supplies for one day and, getting these jobs completed in a timely manner. So that's just amazing to me. I think that particularly during the pandemic, there's going to be a lot of jobs in this kind of thing, lean manufacturing, supply chain management. People right now, they are looking at any way to cut costs. And these are ways that can cut costs. Particularly if you're looking, like I said, if the just-in-time didn't work for one day, why didn't it? Okay, so is it because a machine needs maintenance? Do we need a better maintenance schedule? Just all kinds of things. Just thinking like, okay, how can we do something better? What can be done better? So particularly if you can't keep track of your fuselages, somebody needs to be keeping track of that better. So that's pretty amazing to me to think about. But somebody probably lost their job over that. Let's put it that way. So yeah, we want to try to make these products, make them in a just-in-time way, so we're not having things pile up in a storage somewhere until we can get to it. We need to be doing it right then. So I think that's really interesting. I always talk about airplanes because we're here in the air capital, but it's probably really it really probably started with cars and in the Japanese car making. And to think that what a change that was, not having all your supplies there versus just getting them in that day. How much coordination that took when they started doing that and how much money they saved. It's just mind-blowing to me that was such a big thing. And it is, and it still is. So like I said, in Lean and like the supply chain management, you learn some techniques, you learn some different terminology that'll help you if that's the thing you want to be doing after you're done here in school. And like I said, with the pandemic still looming, I think these are really important jobs. They were before, but now just trying to save money, it's very important for companies. And these are the ways that manufacturers can do it by having people look at it, by being maybe a consultant and you come in and you say, whatever. Now, I think, of course, the super huge companies can definitely make changes and look at things, but there's probably lots of other ones, small to medium companies, that just one thing could help them be more efficient. And if they're trying to supply right now and it's tough, just cutting a price, being a better price to the customer is very important. So there's a lot going on with those kinds of techniques. We're going to be learning more about, these words, these lean terminology, and I feel like that's just going to be really big, like I said, getting our economy going again. So glad that you're in class and learning some of these things. And I learned a lot of this stuff when I went for my doctorate, and it's just fascinating to me that it just seems like little things made so much difference in big companies. So probably something like, down the line, we'll see more robotics, that kind of thing. Where can we add robotics? And that's the lean people that'll be looking at those things. And so anyway, that's my thought on that. So have a good week. I hope you're learning some interesting things, because I just love every time I teach this class, learning something extra, particularly when you guys write something I didn't know. So thank you for that. Have a good week.